My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com and Bitdefender's Small Business Ambassador. I'm glad you're here today, because if you weren't here today, what a lonely show it would be. We have a lot in store for you today. I'm going to talk about the power of small decisions that can make a big impact. And sometimes those decisions are not based on you, they're based on other people. We're going to touch on today a headline I saw: furloughed federal workers turn to side hustles to survive the shutdown. Nathan Barry, founder of Kit, talks about build systems that work while you sleep. Guy Raz, creator of How It Works podcast and book and more, talks about the magic of boring businesses. And my friend Seth Godin, Two Kinds of Luck. And our friends at Harvard Business Review say the hidden beliefs that hold leaders back. They're not my friends, but that's what we're going to talk about today. So welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. We provide you the insights you need today to start or grow your business, or live your best life, or be the best professional you can in the corporation you're working in. Welcome again to The Rundown with Ramon. Let's get the show started. But first, I want to let you know, you go home at night and you lock the doors of your house. You leave your car and you beep, beep, lock your car door. You don't leave your purse just laying around anywhere. You protect the things valuable to you. What about your business? Bitdefender wants you to know that you need to have cybersecurity at the forefront of what you're thinking and what you do. I want you to check out this quick 39-second video from my friends at Bitdefender.
It starts with something small. An email, a phone call, a fake invoice. It looks real. It sounds urgent. One wrong move, and your business pays the price. Small businesses are easy targets for cyber criminals. With Bitdefender, they lose every time. Enjoy unstoppable security and real peace of mind so you can fight for success, not against cyber threats. Real-time protection, zero stress. Get Bitdefender today.
So today I had a choice, and like all choices, they're based oftentimes on the decisions that we can or cannot, that we get to make. I had a decision to make today, and a member of my family was not feeling so well, and I had a decision to take an early morning flight, 6 a.m. flight, 7 a.m. flight, which is my preferred. Take an early flight, get to my destination, relax, don't have to think about getting there, wondering if the plane will be late, any delays or things like that, especially when I'm traveling on behalf and or for clients. But I said, you know what? They're not feeling so well today. Let me delay my flight by a few hours so I can have time to help them in case they need something, even though since they're not well, they're probably going to be sleeping late, but in case they need something, and give me some time to bring them some food or get some things together for them that they may need. So what is my lesson learned? What is my point today in that story? Is that oftentimes it's the decisions that we make that are not monumental decisions. Should I move? Should I leave my job? Should I fire somebody? Should I get married? Should I file my taxes or not? Should I do this or that? It's not the monumental big decisions oftentimes that mean something for us. Oftentimes it's these small incremental decisions in life that can and often do make the biggest impact of what we are or are not doing. This is an important thing to understand. Sometimes we're looking at the major decisions in our life that we have to do or that we get to do, but sometimes it's not the big decisions that are important. It's the smaller decisions that make an impact in how we do things. The other thing to talk about and think about our decisions is sometimes the decision is not all about how we feel. In fact, rarely is it. It's about the emotional connectivity, the emotional feeling of how it makes somebody else feel, especially in this human connectivity, the world that we live in today. How am I making somebody else feel? This is an important thing to keep in mind, an important concept. We may think the decision's about us because I don't feel like it or doesn't make me happy. And I think our happiness should be thought about. Our feelings should be important, should be kept in mind. More than likely not, it's not about just our feelings, which again are important. We shouldn't put to the side, but it's also what about the other person? What about the other people? How do they feel? How do we impact them is important to keep in mind. So right now, in fact, I should be in an airport. Right now, I had a flight that goes off at, what time did it leave? It goes off at about now, I think 7 o'clock flight I had, something like that, going to Orlando to the Excel Summit for Men. But I delayed my flight by a few hours so I can be home and spend some time and help out a member of my household who's not feeling so well. What about you? What are the decisions that you get to make every single day? And sometimes you make the right decision. Sometimes you make the wrong decision. Sometimes it's not a right or wrong decision that you make. It just was a decision, because you'll never make a perfect decision. Understand this. If you're always trying to make perfection, perfection most likely will not always be there. You have to decide what you can with the information that you have. So my question to you today is, what decision will you make? Will that decision be about you? Will it be about the other person? Will it be in the messy middle? Will the decision be a small decision that may make a big emotional decision, or a small decision that may incrementally over a year, over 2 years, over 5 years, over 10 years, over 50 years, make a bigger impact, a bigger decision in what you can or cannot do? What will you decide? This is something we get to think about on a regular basis, day in and day out. What will we decide? And sometimes, again, it's not the bigger decisions that make a difference. It's the smaller decisions that are made, that we get to make, that we choose to make, that may make the most impact, whether in that moment or over time. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray, publisher of Zone of Genius.com. Thanks for being with me today on the Rundown with Ramon. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying this insight, enjoying what I'm sharing with you today. Ding, 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 ding. Wanted to talk about this, saw this headline. Furloughed federal workers turn to side hustles to survive the shutdown. When you don't have income, for most regular people, it impacts your day-to-day living. Few of us are Tyler Perry, billionaire, Oprah Winfrey, billionaire, Elon Musk, billionaire, Dave Ramsey, billionaire. Few of us are that, or others who are very wealthy, independently wealthy, and really don't have to work or don't have to get a check, as it were. So federal workers are turning to side hustles to supplement the income they're losing, they're not getting. And I thought to touch on that today. What does it mean to have a side hustle? Maybe some of you don't have a business, have never started your first business, and it's time for you to start that business. What does that mean? What is that like? Well, two things you can do. A, you may have a full-time job, and you may say, I want some extra income, or I have something on the side that I want to do. Is it time for you to step into that and do something different? Is it time for you to not just bake the cakes for your church, but maybe to sell the cakes and make $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, or millions of dollars per year baking cakes? Maybe you have tax certification. You've been doing the tax law or accounting for somebody else. Maybe it's time for you to set up your own little side shingle and do it for others on the side and test that, and then grow your own accounting practice. I remember when I got fired from the United Nations. Didn't want to get fired, didn't know I was going to get fired, kept trying to have a side hustle and do both at the same time. It just didn't work out, and eventually my contract was not renewed. Fired, I say. And it was the best thing to happen to me. I would not be here today. I wouldn't have provided for my family for all these years and enjoy doing it, waking up excited every single day, if I would not have been let go from the United Nations. So kudos to the federal workers. Nobody wants to be laid off. Nobody wants to be fired, but this is what people go through. Companies are too big. Companies are bloated, and people got to get laid off. So maybe it's time for you to step into your purpose, step into your dream that you've always wanted to start a business. You've always wanted to be in business. You always wanted to take your passion and turn it into profit. Maybe it's time for you to do that. And if you're doing that, I encourage you to check out simple book like The E-Myth, one of the most popular books about business. The E-Myth is a great book to read. Check out any of the top popular books on Amazon about marketing. Seth Godin, follow his blog. Seth Godin talks about marketing quite a bit. I'm looking at my bookshelf here. Great book called Rocket Fuel. Another book called Traction by Gino Wickman. I can go on and on and on. They Ask You Answer, a great book by Marcus Sheridan. Definitely read Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Welcome to a brand new day, everybody. And let's see who's joining us today. Alexandra Nicole is here. Alexandra Nicole, glad to have you here. Thanks for joining me on the Rundown with Ramon. Y'all do me a favor and check out Alexandria Nicole on LinkedIn, Facebook, and more. Bella is here in the house. Hey, Bella, glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon. We love our listeners who listen to us on demand live, and the many, many, many who will listen to us, watch us, the thousands on demand across our podcast, YouTube, blogs, and more. So welcome to a brand new day, everybody. This is the Rundown with Ramon, talking about the power of starting your side hustle, starting a side business, as many furloughed workers are doing. We just talked about the small decisions that we can make that make a big impact. Wanted to touch on this. Nathan Barry, founder of Kit, has a headline that says, build systems that work while you sleep. You can check what he's doing at creatorflywheels.com, creatorflywheels.com. And I love this. And his ethos is saying, grow your business faster without working so hard. Right now, you're overworking and underwhelmed with results. It feels like you have to put in a lot of effort just to get by. Put a few strategic flywheels in place and set yourself free. Grow your business faster, make more money, save, a lot of time. If you're building a business and you don't have flywheels built, flywheel is that thing that turns, and once it goes and goes and goes by itself. It just keeps spinning due to gravity and due to centrifugal force. I believe that's how it works, but I should study it more. What is the flywheel in your business? Do you have a system where you get a lead comes in, you nurture and educate that lead, it turns into a sale, and it keeps going and going and going? Or in my case, that you produce great content, people see your content, you have the occasion to work to get in front of a brand, you have built a relationship with that brand, and then they hire you to do something for them. That's one of my flywheels. What is your flywheel for your business? If you don't know your flywheel, if you're not focused on building a flywheel, Scott Simons, good morning. Good to see you here. You're not focused on building a flywheel for your business. It's going to be hard to keep doing it. Ding, 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 ding. Guy Raz talks about the magic of boring businesses. Guy Raz, if you haven't read his book, How I Built This, I think it is How I Built This. Haven't watched his podcast or signed up for his newsletter, you should. But he talks about the power of a boring business. And he says, this week's episode starts with a number that's been stuck in my brain for 30 years, $1.99. That's what it cost to dry clean a shirt when I was growing up, $1.99. In 2013, he looked at the same $1.99 shirt and saw something different, not a dying industry, but terrible math that could be fixed. So he started a company. He didn't just chase a dream. He started a company, what he called the least worst idea, lockers in apartment buildings where people could drop laundry 24/7. But a few weeks after launching in their first high-rise, press box was profitable, and just 5 years later, he sold it to Procter & Gamble for millions. That's the magic of a boring business. So he says, one, chase the least worst idea, not your passion, the least worst idea. Dry cleaning scored highest on 3 criteria: fragmented industry, low technology, no branding. Next up, he says, create behavior, don't change it. It's very hard to change people's behavior, but you can create it. Uber is an example. It didn't change their behavior. People have been taking cars for a while. They got in cars with strangers. These are called taxis. And Uber just made it safe and changed our behavior or created new behavior over time. Next point here says your competitors might be your buyers. Understand, you're thinking somebody is your competitor, but if you build something, maybe they will be somebody that buys the asset for you. I've done that. I sold my blog, smallbiztechnology.com, to quote unquote a competitor, another blogger. I sold my business, Small Business Summit, to another blogging business that was doing events. I sold smarthustle.com to a company that Mark Cuban's on the board of, and they reach small businesses. Go figure. Guy Raz says this, number 4, bootstrapping has a cost. For 5 years, Vijayan made $40,000. He worked 1,000 days straight. His bank account swung from $300,000 to $400,000 every 2 weeks. Number 5, he says the middle class is built on boring businesses. Vijayan watched his drivers go from making $15 an hour to buying homes. That's why he now runs a VC-backed, boring business company. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. Don't be afraid of boring businesses. The most reason why businesses fail is because they simply don't have customers. That means they don't have the income. That means they do not have the sales to sustain the business. But that doesn't have to be the case of you or I. Boring businesses can work. You just have to know how to run them. Ding, 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 ding. Seth Godin talks about there's 2 kinds of luck. The Rundown with Ramon, by the way, is brought to you by Bitdefender. You go home at night, lock the doors of your car, you leave your house, you leave your car, lock the doors of your car. Is your small business secure? Do me a favor. If you're enjoying this show, can you do me a favor and go to bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com, and just visit it. If you want to, take a screenshot, tag me in it, let people know you're watching the Rundown with Ramon, and tag Bitdefender. They may amplify you. Seth Godin talks about 2 kinds of luck. There's regular luck and earned luck. When a stranger dies and leaves you $10 million, that's regular luck. Undeserved, unearned, and bolt out of the blue. Someone is going to win the lottery, and it might be you. The other sort of luck happens after a lot of focus and effort. This is the 3rd novel that becomes a bestseller, or the hard work that turns into a promotion to VP of sales. It's easy to imagine that earned luck is well-deserved, because it is. But quite often, earned luck, while earned, doesn't arrive. Acknowledging the boost from our good luck doesn't diminish the hard work we put into the project. In fact, it celebrates it. It's hard work to stick around long enough to get lucky. I'm going to read that again. Acknowledging the boost from our good luck doesn't diminish the hard work we put into the project. In fact, it celebrates it. Here's what I want you to understand, what I've learned for a while. As I've always told people, I don't believe in luck. I do believe in, as it were, serendipity. But more importantly, I believe in the power of us all having the ability to create our own luck. I'm going to an event called Excel Summit for Men. I've been hosting it for the past 2 to 3, 4 years or so, produced by Black Enterprise. Me being there, building relationships, me being there, people asking me to speak at their events, me being there and doing more and more and more is not luck. I'm there in a particular environment to make the most of an opportunity, to make the most of me being there, to make the most and build relationships with people. And from that, somebody may see me, but that's not luck, as it were, random. That's because I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people who have the right propensity to do some business with me, or I can do some business with them. We can mutually help each other. What about you? What are you doing to create your own luck? Scott Simons, what are you doing to create your own luck? Bella, what are you doing to create your own luck? Alexandria Nicole. This is the message of the day today. Ding, 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 ding. One more thing, we'll touch on the hidden beliefs that hold leaders back. From Harvard Business Review says that every leader hits a wall from time to time. Perhaps you're struggling to lead at scale, motivate your team, or persuade higher ups to give you the resources you need. In such situations, it can be tempting to focus on external blockers such as organizational bureaucracy, employee attitudes, and managerial decision making. What the writer says here, if I found that the biggest limiting factors for most of them lie within their own unproductive beliefs, which I call hidden blockers. 7, though I've seen clients suffer from a wide variety of hidden blockers, an analysis of more than 300 leaders I've coached revealed the 7 most common blockers. 1, feeling I need to be involved. The belief that they need to be part of every detail at every level. Number 2, I need it done now. The belief that you need immediate results no matter what. Number 3, I know I'm right. The belief that you and only you know the answers to the problems at hand, which shuts down collaboration. Number 4, I can't make mistakes. The belief that your performance must be flawless. Number 5, of I can do it, so can you. The belief that others' performance must be like yours to be acceptable. Number 6, I can't say no. The belief that you must always step up to the plate when asked, which results in overwork, blurred priorities, and poor boundaries. And number 7, I don't belong here. The belief that you don't fit in where you are or at your level. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Understand, being a leader takes a lot. And it's a myth to think I don't belong here. I can't say no. If I can do it, so can you. I can't make a mistake. I know I'm right. I need it done now. I need to be involved. Are all hidden blockers that will prevent you from being the leader you can be. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for joining me here today. Try to be here every day at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when I can, unless I'm traveling on the road. I try to schedule these out and not doing too good a job of doing that, but I'm so glad you're here. This episode is brought to you by Bitdefender, encouraging you to have your business secure. Do me a favor, go to bitdefender.com/Ramon. If you're enjoying this episode, that's the best thing you can do, bitdefender.com/Ramon. And if you don't want to miss episodes like this, if you want to get an email once or twice a week that gives you the best insights you need like this, then go to zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com, and sign up. Thanks for being here. My name is Ramon. Be blessed and have an amazing, amazing day. Thanks for joining. Be well, and I'll